open the sports page with the Orlando Sentinel and FM 96.9 The Game's Mike the Bulldog Bianchi.
On JRR.
Bulldog Sports Page brought to you this morning by Thursday Night Football. We'll be out pre-gaming again this week, headed to Seminole County, Taco Bob.
Yeah, we're going to be in Sanford, Station Bar and Grub in Sanford. Starting at 6, we were there last year. Really cool place. And
it's an old firehouse that they made into a restaurant bar.
Yeah, it's awesome. Great food, bucket specials, of course, great concert tickets starting at 6 Thursday.
Jags and the Saints on Thursday night. We'll see you there 6 to 8. Bulldog, how about Monday Night Football?
Yeah, speaking of the Jags and the Saints, it looks like Trevor Lawrence is probably going to be healthy for that game. He is nursing a knee injury he got on Sunday, but from all indications, he's going to play in that game Thursday night. Yeah, last night, Cowboys got up off the deck after they got pounded last week by San Francisco. Dak Prescott responded, had 272 yards passing, threw for a touchdown, ran for a touchdown. Dallas rallies in the fourth quarter for a 20-17 victory over the Chargers last night. I got to tell you, Dak Prescott, to me, needs to run the ball just a little bit more. He had an 18-yard touchdown run last night. The guy was really mobile in college, and I realize he's not as young as he used to be, but he needs to utilize that aspect of his game, if you ask me.
Agree 100%. He's a big dude. Use it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Dallas wins at the end, by the way, as did my fantasy team when the great Brandon Aubrey kicked the game-winning 39-yard field goal with 2:19 remaining.
Bulldog, I mentioned to Taco earlier. Do you ever kind of just feel sorry for the Chargers who really, truly never have a home game?
Right.
It's incredible, man.
It's sort of like the Rays in baseball, right?
Yeah, certain teams really, the opposing fans really take over. Last night was another example of that.
Well, especially when it's the Cowboys.
Right.
I mean, the Cowboys have a national following. The Steelers have a national following. You know, and again, it's sort of like the Rays when they play the Yankees or the Red Sox or teams like that. So, yeah, I feel bad. And plus the Chargers, we all know, they're not really LA's team. A lot of people still, like me, I still sometimes call them the San Diego Chargers.
Right. No, exactly.
So, right. Anyway, baseball last night, the cheating Astros go down again. The Texas Rangers take them down 5-4 last night. The Rangers now lead the AL Championship Series 2-0. The Rangers have been unbelievable. They're 7-0 in the playoffs. 6 road wins, by the way. They swept the Rays in the wild card series. They swept the Orioles in the division series. And now they're up 2-0 on the cheating Astros.
Pat knew.
Unbelievable.
Tell him why, Taco. Tell him why.
What do you mean, tell him?
It's the power of Creed.
Yes, it is. Definitely. You know that they listen to Creed. The band Creed gets them going, and they're kicking ass because of Creed.
They started doing that after the All-Star break when they were down in the dumps, and ever since it's been a miraculous turnaround.
Mm-hmm. And Lynch knew that you were going to be
foot home run. It was his 31st birthday. As he's rounding third base, he holds up 3 fingers on his left hand, 1 finger on his right hand, and he pretends to blow them out like candles on a cake as he crossed the plate. So a little celebration for Bryce Harper, who's playing lights out this postseason. I believe that's his 10th home run during the postseason. So yeah, Bryce Harper, not this postseason, overall 10th postseason home run, but Bryce Harper playing lights out. The Phillies now lead that series 1-0. So it may be the Phillies and the Texas Rangers as it's looking right now, but we'll see what happens. Injuries, let's start with college. John Rice Plumlee will start for UCF against Oklahoma on Saturday. Oklahoma, of course, one of the best teams in the country, number 6. John Rice Plumlee has been hurt. He tried to return against Kansas 2 weeks ago. That lasted 10 plays with that knee injury. Then he goes back out again. Gus Malzahn and John Rice Plumlee said yesterday that he's close to 100%. So hopefully he'll play and stay healthy because they're going to need him if they expect to keep it close against Oklahoma.
I would still sit out one more game, though, coming up against Oklahoma, dude. Seriously, if you're not 100% against that team, oof.
Bulldog, I
Okay,
heard.
you guys are UCF alums. What would you be satisfied with on Saturday? Do they need to win, or would a close loss suffice?
Well,
Any loss would suffice. I mean,
any loss would
yeah.
suffice.
I mean, I talked to.
You don't want to get blown out 60-0.
I talked to somebody who was going to the game, and they said, "Yeah, it's back to the old days. I'm kind of expecting, beat by 30 or so."
I've heard rumblings, Bulldog, of some UCF fans who had intended to travel who have since decided otherwise.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, hey, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, they got their butts beat against Kansas. Obviously, they had the meltdown against Baylor. So, yeah, some fans are a little bit disappointed right now, which is understandable. Speaking of quarterback injuries, Anthony Richardson, Gators rookie, who was drafted number 4 overall by the Indianapolis Colts, looks like he's out for the season with that shoulder injury. And that really sets the Colts back. It sets Anthony Richardson back. He needed this year to get some reps. I mean, he didn't play that many reps in college. He only started 1 year in college. So this really sets his development back. It's a shame because Anthony Richardson was playing really well, but he just couldn't stay healthy. He had 3 different injuries this year, and the Colts have to wonder if they've drafted an injury-prone quarterback.
Oof.
Yeah.
That stinks.
So, yeah. One last injury. Brock Bowers, the star tight end for the University of Georgia. I mean, this guy is a top 5 draft pick. He's going to be out for an extended period of time. He's having ankle surgery, having that tightrope surgery on his ankle. He has a high ankle sprain, which means he'll miss next week's game against the Florida Gators. So maybe that gives the Gators a little bit of hope to try to beat Georgia because this guy's their best player. So.
Right. Got the Lightning on the road in Buffalo tonight. The Lightning off to a bit of a wobbly start, and then the Magic are home right tonight in preseason action.
Yeah, preseason action tonight for the Magic. Regular season. Does regular season start next week? Maybe. I think it does.
I think the preseason wraps up on Friday. So yeah, next week they're at it for real, man.
So can't wait.
All right,
Can't wait.
Mike the Bulldog Bianchi, host of Open Mic on AM 740 and FM 96.9 The Game, sports columnist for the Orlando Sentinel, and grown man barking at the tail end of the sports page here on JRR each morning.
Oh.